Another week, another war movie. This film is directed by Guy Ritchie, whose filmography is hit or miss with me, but if you like some comedy with your violence, then you're gonna like this film. Period films are not always to my taste, and that means it sets a little higher bar for the movie that it's gonna have to clear for me to enjoy it. I typically prefer films that have a little more realism in their dialogue, but for directors like Guy Ritchie and Quentin Tarantino, I give them a pass because they're set basically in an alternate reality where the characters are hyper observational, they're over the top, they are hyper sarcastic, and for me, that can sometimes be fun, but sometimes it takes me out of the film. This film is based on real-life events from documents that were declassified in 2016, and I think if you're a history buff and you know the outcome of this Operation Postmaster that it's based on, it might take away a little bit from the film for you, but I think overall the film's fast-paced, it's fun, there's good acting, so it's not too much of a detriment. For me, I had no idea what the ending was going to be, and so it was a complete surprise to me, and that made it fast and fun. It's clear to me that the writers understand that every scene has to have its own little hook, and it has to have something that moves the plot forward, but also is interesting in and of itself, and I felt like they just did a really good job of that in this film. Every scene introduced a new twist or something where they had to change their plans or developed the plot in a way where it kept it very interesting throughout for me. And I don't think films that do this correctly get enough credit. And this is one of those films where I just felt every scene felt like they strongly considered it and they cut down the scenes that just didn't matter or didn't have something interesting going on. Sometimes in movies, I'll find myself waiting for the next scene. All right, I get the point. We know what's happened here. Let's move to the next thing. And in this film, I didn't find that happening to me because I was always engaged with each scene. And the action is well done, but each scene was also interesting in and of itself, and so I never was taken out sitting there waiting for the next scene, and I'm always wondering, how the heck are they going to get out of this? What are they going to do to get this? And that is great because you always want to have challenges that your characters have to overcome in every single scene, and I think they've done that here. There was one scene that pulled me out of the film, and it's a day for night scene. And if you're familiar with that, it's where they film during the day, but then they color grade it and adjust it so it looks like it's happening at night. And that scene was a little jarring for me. I really did not like how it looked. And I know that sometimes as a director, you don't have any other option but to film it that way. And I feel like that was, obviously the case here. You have to do it out of convenience sometimes. And I don't know, maybe that wasn't the case and it was just the CGI and I just didn't realize that. But either way, there was just one scene that kind of, I just felt it looked off and it kind of pulled me out of the film a little bit. But I think the rest of it holds up. I'm not going to say that you need to see this film in theaters, but I think it is worth a watch if you like comedy and you like violence. It's a good time, and so I would recommend it. Please like and subscribe if you want to join me in a future video because I'm going to be inviting audience members on to discuss the latest movies with me. We'll see you then.